Our story begins a long, long time ago on planets far, far away, 10,000 years before our time. For a millennium, high in the snowy Adobe Mountains of Ando Prime, the Dai Bendu attended a massive edifice they called the Thoyor. The monks knew the Thoyor was not of their world. Within its sealed structures, they sensed great mysteries waiting to be revealed, and so the Dai Bendu waited. They contemplated and meditated, and listened with their minds and hearts, as well as their senses. One day, the Thoyor spoke to them.
Grappa, do you hear?
I, the Thoyor, call this.
They heard the call in their hearts, in their minds. Not with words, yet as a voice, heard in stillness when all was in balance. An invitation. There were no questions among the Dai Bendu. This was their moment. This was the moment for which all of their training had prepared them. This was the fulfillment of prophecy. The Dai Bendu entered the Thoyor following that prophecy, and found revelation. 7 other Thoyor repeated the pattern throughout the galaxy. On Kashyyyk, Wookiee warriors defending the Mystic Pyramid heard the call and found peace. On Dathomir, shamans and seers encountered the Thoyor in dreams and visions. The Thoyor sang to them. They followed the song and found harmony. On Ryloth, Twi'lek philosophers debating the source of the mystical energy they felt surrounding them heard the call of the Thoyor and left the safety of their caves to venture into the desert. By instinct, they knew the answers they sought lay beyond their world. They entered the Thoyor and found enlightenment. On Manan, Selkath scholars and scientists paused in their studies as the doors of the great Thoyor opened. They entered and found wisdom. The 8 Thoyor visited many worlds, gathering other sentients who heard the call, then sped towards the center of the galaxy. Within the deep core, where dark matter causes stars to collide and space can warp in the blink of an eye, the Thoyor navigated the twisted paths between black holes and stars, arriving at their final destination. The planet Tython, where the ships gathered around the 9th and largest of the Thoyor. The planet heralded their arrival with great storms. On this world, the travelers felt the energy that surrounded them, the same mystical, primal energy, the same force that had first called them to the Thoyor. On that day, the travelers became as one in the force. The Thoyor left the central pyramid to take the travelers to their new homes on this strange world. One in the Force, these travelers from diverse and distant worlds also became one people. They became Tythons. The purpose of this gathering soon became clear to the Tythons. They were to study the Force and to master the abilities it gave them. But truly knowing the Force would take more than sitting in deep silent thought. Their lives became a moving meditation in the Force, a manifestation of the Force from within. Observing the world around them, they saw 2 moons in the one sky, Light Ashla and Dark Boba, and they understood the dual aspects to the Force, light and dark. The light defined the dark, as the dark did the light. When balance was not maintained, Tython reacted to the imbalance with severe storms and quakes. And so, the travelers defined themselves, ever seeking a balance. They became the Jedi, a Dai Bendu term meaning mystic center. Only through the harmony of balance could the Jedi maintain a peaceful world. As the millennium unfolded, the Jedi built a great civilization, establishing temples, cities, seats of learning and healing, each centered around a Thoyor. But not all those born to Jedi would become Jedi. Those born without the ability to touch the Force were at the mercy of the planet. Even the Jedi could not always protect them. It became clear after the lost city of Arum was destroyed that Tython was too dangerous for those who could not use the Force. So in the second millennium, a second migration took place. The Tythons who were not Jedi left Tython, going first to the moons, Ashla and Bogan, and from there, outward, to populate the other worlds in the system. It was a time of great sorrow and of terrible necessity. Families were sundered, and in many cases, the wounds never healed. Those born with an affinity to the Force were always brought back to Tython, from youngling to apprentice, from journeyer to ranger, and finally, to master. A Jedi grew, passing from one temple to another, seeking knowledge, seeking balance in the Force, their creed a message of peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no fear, there is power. I am the heart of the Force. I am the revealing fire of light. I am the mystery of darkness. In balance with chaos and harmony, immortal in the Force. From Tython, the children of the Jedi spread out across the Tython system, traveling toward the sun. They settled on Sunspot and Maltera, Nox, and arid Kreb Kur. Beyond Tython, they settled first on Kalimar, jewel of the Tython system, then Shikakwa, the outlaw world, then on the forest planet Skagora, and on the moons of giants Obri and Mar, and even the outermost planet, Cold Fury's Gate. The Jedi intervened on the settled worlds as requested, or as the Force directed. But over the centuries they became mysterious, even feared, figures of legend, and sometimes figures of their resentment. The children of the Jedi became estranged from their parents. One such was the despot queen of Shikakwa, Queen Hadia, who first united the Crimson Barons of her planet, then pressed the settled worlds to her service. In her pride, she would not be subject to the Jedi or the will of the Force. Her will alone would be supreme. So was born the Despot War. The children of the Jedi returned to Tython to wage war. The Despot army was great in number, but the Jedi had Force as their ally. The Despot army was defeated at Kaleth, the Temple of Knowledge. Queen Hadia was slain, but every victory comes at a cost. Many Jedi warriors fell in that battle. Many more of the Despot's army died. Some of the wounds between the Jedi and their children have yet to heal. That was 12 years ago, before you were born.
I hate Queen Hadia.
Shh! Razzie! Hating is wrong! Yes, Master Kitu?
Not necessarily, Haroon. Hate is understandable, as is anger. Anger has its uses. It can cleanse like fire. But one must never only feel hate or only feel anger. That brings one out of balance. Queen Hadia wasn't all evil. Many were genuinely devoted to her. To understand Hadia, I must find where she lives in my heart, how I am like her.
Nuh-uh, she's never gonna be a part of me.
In the light, there is a darkness, and in the darkness a light. It is the way with us all. Be a prisoner of neither Bogan nor Ashla. Strive to live in balance, as Tython itself teaches us. It is dangerous to do otherwise, and the danger is there, always.
Primitive, these. Worth the journey, Zesh? Worth it to me?
Yes, Praetor Tokar.
I sense little worth reaping in them, but I wouldn't. This is why I have you, yes, Zesh?
Yes, Praetor Tokar.
Which one?
Lona! Monster! That was my son! You didn't need to kill him.
We didn't need him at all. We are the victors. We do as we like with you.
You have won this day, but the Kamunga will fight. We will fight until you are driven from Tatooine.
Unlikely that. You've done well, Zesh. Finding this planet, culling the sensitives. Yes, I think you are the best of the Force Hounds. And you are mine.
Zesh's abilities are superior, Predator. It is a wonder Predor Skullnass has not yet commandeered him.
To take Zesh, Predor Skullnass would have to meet me in battle, Ormoon, and Predor Skullnass knows that.
Predor Skullnass has sent a message ordering you back to Biss. I am to stay to oversee the culling. Look, I only conveyed order.
You think me stupid, Ormoon? You think I do not know you are Skullnass's spy? You think I could not sense your lust for my command, or feel your pleasure in relaying the order? Stupid that. Now, you know why Skullnass will face me.
Praetor Tolkar, will you obey the command?
Of course. As I am your Praetor, Skullnass is mine. Commands must be obeyed. Have the body properly prepared. All this activity has given me an appetite. Skullnass.
Praetor Skullnass Tolkar.
Praetor, why did you summon me? I took Tatooine. It was my conquest. Now another is sent to reap the slaves.
Praetor Tolkar, I do not require you at all. It's your hound Zesh that I require, and he only attends at your heel. My hound Trill claims she has sensed a force-rich world within the deep core but she cannot precisely locate it.
It is there, my Predor. The deep core is a maze full of anomalies that skew the senses. The task of finding one world within it is impossible.
Is that true, Hound Zesh? Is it impossible?
For Trill? Yes.
Liar! Braggart and liar! I'll take your skull!
Ending the fight so soon, Praetor? Premature this. I am thinking we were about to learn who the dominant Force Hound would be.
Neither hound issued a formal challenge. If there's to be a death match between them, protocol will be followed and all of the Infinite Empire will watch.
I look forward to it.
You hound! You did not answer my question, can this world be found?
Be certain you remember the protocols, Praetor Skullnass. If Zesh scents the world, I claim rights of conquest.
Protocol will be observed, Tolkar. The right will be yours. Well, hound, can you find this world?
Yes, I can find this world. I will take you to it, and you will feast upon its bones.